It's unanimous. Connor McDavid is by far the best player in the NHL heading into the 2023 season. This guy is an absolute freak, and hockey fans are witnessing one of the greatest players to ever lace them up. However, I recently saw a fascinating post on Reddit that asked the question, how will Connor McDavid's game age when he gets well into his 30s? This got me thinking, is the best player in the world simply the best only because he's that much faster than everyone else? Well, let's take a deeper look. Now, it's no secret, Connor McDavid's best attribute about his game is his speed. More specifically, his speed when he has the puck. If he was a slower skater and he didn't have the ability to just blow by guys with his speed, would he still be the best player in the NHL? In short, the answer is yes. Even if Connor McDavid was slow or slower than he is now, he would still dominate the league. But the reason why will make you realize that McDavid is somehow even better than you think. First, let's look at the fundamentals of the current NHL. In order to understand the impact that speed has on the game, we have to look at how it can both benefit and hurt a player. Anytime you can do anything at a faster pace, you give yourself a tangible advantage. So, by nature, speed and pace generally equal a better player. But this isn't always the case for everyone. Some players have tremendous speed, but they don't always know how to use it effectively, and they can end up skating themselves into trouble. And that's why more important than raw speed is a player's timing and awareness. A slower skater with high hockey IQ will almost always outperform a faster skater who can't effectively process the game. It's the sweet balance between the physical and the mental aspects of hockey that make the true superstars. Connor McDavid is that perfect balance. McDavid is the fastest player in the game, but to compound this skill, he also processes the game better than anybody in the league. McDavid takes his video game speed and has the awareness to effectively weaponize it through his timing. Take this play here against Tampa. There's a loose puck in the neutral zone and McDavid sees an opening. Now, if he darts here for this puck at full speed, he would probably mistime this play. But as Yamamoto gains possession, McDavid makes a read off of him and glides for a brief second to wait for Yamamoto to suck in the checker and properly open up some space. The timing in which McDavid now picks up this puck is perfect. Now, the next step here is what will separate McDavid, even if he gets all slow and rickety in his old age. And that is his awareness for the full scope of the play. Here, McDavid uses several visual scans before he even touches the puck to understand how the play is developing. McDavid sees Tampa playing tight in the neutral zone and books that Cirelli is close by when he will pick up the puck. So when McDavid gains possession, his first touch is to evade the swinging stick of Cirelli. Now, at some point during these visual scans, McDavid also recognizes that he's got Hedman caught flat-footed if he times his speed properly. So by the time McDavid picks up this puck, he already has a full head of steam heading towards Victor Hedman, and it's just game over. Now, it's this part here and that type of play that may become less frequent as McDavid gets older and slower. As he does age, he might not be able to torch defenders like he does right now in his prime. But what will likely never slow down is his ability to process the game at the highest level, which, by the way, is a far more important quality for a player to possess. In real time, McDavid did all this in just 6 seconds, which means that he actually processed this entire play at an unfathomably quick pace. So even if or when McDavid as a skater slows down, his hockey IQ and other physical skill sets will allow him to dominate. From a playmaking perspective, McDavid's creativity and ability to manipulate defensive structures won't go away. In all these plays, McDavid's speed isn't a major factor. Instead, it's his ability to read the situation around him that allows him to be a difference maker. McDavid is a master at taking a whole bunch of these pre-scans to retain information and then attacking accordingly. This is the part of McDavid's game that has allowed him to terrorize the league, and all of his raw physical skills only complement his level of awareness. Now, the closest comparison and perhaps a projection for McDavid is a modern day Sidney Crosby. Now, let's be clear. Crosby never had McDavid's speed, and they both have different styles to their game based on their physical skill set. But for me, Crosby and McDavid are extremely close in terms of how they read and anticipate the game. Sidney Crosby's game has aged incredibly well at 35. And as Crosby's gotten older, his decision making has been enough to mask most of the physical decline that usually spells the end for majority of the players. Now, if, and it's a big if, Connor McDavid loses a step or gets a bit slower, how he generates his offense on a consistent basis will likely mirror how a modern-day Sidney Crosby has success. An older, slower McDavid would lean on his hockey IQ to place himself or others in the most opportunistic situations. Not to mention, McDavid is also 6'1", and he likely won't see any regression in terms of his puck skills, so when he gets into the areas that don't require game-breaking speed, these other physical skills will likely shine even more. At 35, we see Crosby rely on his awareness and timing to get himself on the right spots on the ice so that he can use his hands to allow him to play make or convert. Now, of course, this is all just a fun theory, but even if Connor McDavid was a slower skater, he would likely still be the best player in the world. With the developments of sports science and off-season training, McDavid's decline will likely be even slower than Sidney Crosby's. At only 26, McDavid is just 150 points shy of hitting 1,000. His speed has been a big contributor along the way, but more importantly is his ability to process the game faster than anyone in the league. He may lose a step as he gets older, but as long as McDavid's mind stays sharp, he will remain the top dog in the NHL for a very long time.